it's been a journey for me, and it's just the beginning.
Mariah Carey spoils her twins like crazy and spares no expense.
I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm trying my best.
At first glance, you may think that she's a diva and does this just to show off. But the truth is that there's a darker and deeper reason behind her behavior, and you guys are never going to believe what it is. Mariah got married to Nick Cannon in 2008, and 3 years later, on their anniversary, she gave birth to twins Monroe and Moroccan. The twins found out pretty early on that both of their parents were famous, and because of their parents' fame, Monroe and Moroccan have a certain level of fame too. And Mariah is helping the twins milk their fame, even though everyone knows that children don't really handle fame so well. For starters, Monroe and Moroccan have popped up several times on both Mariah and Nick's social media accounts, and from the looks of things, they are living their best life. Some people are even starting to think that maybe Mariah is spoiling them a little too much. I mean, Monroe and Moroccan are just 12 years old, but they've already walked more red carpets than most people do in their entire life. And the craziest part is that whenever they show up, they're sure to show off. Take, for instance, the red carpet for Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards. Nick and Mariah were always wearing matching outfits with Moroccan and Monroe. For one of the Kids' Choice Awards red carpet, Mariah and Monroe wore a matching long-sleeve black dress with white stripes down the sleeve, while Nick and Moroccan wore matching orange sleeveless hoodies with orange shorts. The twins were only 5 at the time, which is pretty crazy. I mean, not a lot of 5-year-olds get to experience things like this, but Mariah and Nick's children do. Speaking of things very few people get to do, Mariah also doesn't hold back anything when it comes to vacations. A couple of years ago, she decided to take Monroe and Moroccan on a vacation, and you're not gonna believe where. She actually took them on a yacht. That's already pretty crazy, but this wasn't just any yacht. Mariah took her kids on a $340,000 a week yacht, and we all found out about it through Mariah's Instagram post. When she shared a vacation picture of herself and Monroe on a yacht back in 2018, they were both posing in the exact same way. And this actually wasn't the first time that Mariah and Monroe posed together like that. Back in 2016, Mariah brought Monroe and Moroccan on stage while she was performing at a concert in New York. Then she asked Monroe if she wanted to pose like mommy while they were both on stage. And they struck a pose together with one hand on their waist, and the crowd at the concert cheered at just how cute they both looked. Mariah has actually brought her kids on stage with her many times over the years, and Monroe and Moroccan have even made cameo appearances in some of Mariah's music videos, which again is pretty crazy if you think about it. Some people spend years dancing and singing in hopes of sharing the stage with someone like Mariah. And then there are her kids, who get all this pretty much just by default. Now, you might think that Mariah does all this for her kids because she wants to show off and spoil them silly just because she can. But the truth is that there's actually a darker reason why Mariah spoils Monroe and Moroccan so much. Apparently, Mariah's own childhood wasn't exactly the best. In fact, it was actually pretty bad. Mariah's parents, Patricia and Alfred Carey, got divorced when Mariah was only 3 years old. Her dad was African American and an aeronautical engineer. Her mom, on the other hand, was an opera singer and a vocal coach of Irish descent. Mariah also has 2 siblings, Morgan and Allison, and she has gone into detail about a lot of the harm she suffered while growing up in the memoir she released in 2020. She titled the memoir The Meaning of Mariah Carey, and in it, she did not hold back. Apparently, Mariah wanted to write the book to give the scared little girl she once was a voice, and some of the things the scared little girl had to say will leave you shocked. In the memoir, Mariah explained that growing up in a mixed family was a struggle, because back then, she had a little bit of a racial identity crisis, and there really wasn't anyone around who could show her what to do, and it just got worse when the harm started. After Mariah's parents divorced, she and her siblings stayed with their mom. According to Mariah, her family back then was a family of chaos, and there was a lot of harmful stuff happening. It didn't just end there, though. Mariah explained that she was neglected by her mom a lot, but her mom's neglect didn't just stop there. Sometimes it even got physical. Mariah revealed that it got to a point where she could tell when things were about to get violent, and then she would coordinate her behavior. But it wasn't just with her mom. Apparently, she even got harmed by her siblings as well. In fact, Mariah described her brother, Morgan, as extremely violent in her memoir. In her words, living with her brother was like walking on eggshells, and one false move could really put her in a dangerous situation. On the other hand, Mariah described her sister, Allison, as troubled. And this was obvious in several incidents that she had with Allison. Allison. According to Mariah, Allison tried to forcefully give her hard substances, and she supposedly did this on more than one occasion. One time, she allegedly even tried to put Mariah to sleep by giving her some hard stuff. And in another incident, Mariah alleged that Allison tried to force her to snort some of the hard stuff from Allison's pinky. But there's still more. Allison also burned Mariah. Allegedly, she got third-degree burns on her skin thanks to her sister. And to cap it all off, Allison also supposedly tried to sell Mariah to a procurer. So it's easy to see why Mariah had a very rocky relationship with her family growing up. She now refers to her siblings as ex-brother and ex-sister, and she calls her mom by her first name. With everything that happened, it took Mariah a lot of therapy to come to terms with it all. But she also promised herself that her own kids would never have to go through anything like this. So that's why she's going above and beyond for them in every way possible. And at this point, I think it's safe to say that Monroe and Moroccan are not going to experience what their mom had to go through before becoming the superstar that she is today. Still, it's kind of sweet that she wants to make sure they're happy, even though their dad is absent, which might be another reason why Mariah tries so hard. But what do you guys think? Do you think Mariah is spoiling her kids? Or do you think she's just trying to treat them right and give them the best childhood possible? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.